Myself Vaibhav. In today's session of Visual JForex, I will be explaining to you the use of indicator block named Money Flow Index. This is an oscillator indicator which is designed to trade using the price action as well as the volume data, and we will see how we can utilize this indicator to design and develop the algorithms on the Visual JForex platform, which we can utilize on the JForex platform to keep running on our behalf and trade day in day out. This indicator block is listed amongst these volume indicators, and this is the first of this series, MFI, Money Flow Index. This is very similar to the RSI, but in addition to the price action data, it also utilizes the volume data, and because of that, some traders consider it to be more reliable, but we can't really make a straightforward comparison or conclusion. Both these indicators use different components, and so you will have the different output values. I have also included the formula for money flow index, how it is calculated. I will not really go into the details of its calculation. For us, the job will be done by the system. We will use the automated setup for that. You will find this indicator block listed amongst volume indicators. Here it is, MFI, Money Flow Index. For today's session, I will utilize the on candle as our start point. The start point initializes the setup. Then comes the question of defining these 4 input parameters. The 4 input parameters are key to our algorithmic setup. How we define these 4 input parameters goes on to define the setup for our algorithm. So first I will explain to you its functioning on the JForex chart. To add money flow index, all you have to do is do the quick search money flow index MFI. Now this is the Euro USD chart on the hourly time frame, and I have plotted the MFI with the default values. The period of calculation is 14. That means last 14 hours data is being taken into consideration while calculating the MFI. And as I said, this is an oscillator series indicator, and you might be well aware with the oscillators how these indicators work. Even if you are not, I will briefly explain to you. This indicator gives us an idea of both the trend as well as the overbought oversold situations. So its plotting is fairly easy to understand. Whenever we see the MFI rising, that means the money is moving in the system, that is money is moving in the underlying instrument and accumulation is happening. When the MFI values are declining, that means the dispersion is happening, money is moving out of the underlying instrument, and that is indicative of the possible bearishness also. And when we see that the MFI values are in extreme, that is say above 80 and below 20, those situations tell us about the overbought and the oversold situations scenarios respectively. So when the value is above 80, that is indicative of the fact that underlying instrument has entered into an overbought territory. When the underlying instruments MFI value has fallen below the 20 mark, that is indicative of the fact that underlying instrument has been oversold and possible retracement can't be ruled out. So we get the idea of the extreme as well as in normal course of time how the trend is developing, and we can help with we can take the help of this indicator to design the algorithmic setup which will trade with the trend and also be mindful of the extreme values, the overbought and the oversold scenarios. So now we go back to the Visual JForex board. Keeping in mind the requirement, you can take any of the instrument listed amongst these parameters. The possible choices are given to you, and all these instruments are supported by the platform. So you can take any of these instrument. For us, we will be working with the Euro USD. So again, we have to find where is the Euro USD, and that is the default instrument. As I was working on the platform and I had changed the instrument, I will need to change it back. But usually when you open the platform, Euro USD is the default instrument, so you don't have to change anything. Now I am having trouble finding the Euro USD. Oh, okay, where it is? Come on, come on. It is exhausting. Okay, we will find. Give one more shot, and what happens usually is we overlook it and we straight away head to other instruments, and in the process we miss out on the instrument of our choice. It's taking too much time, so rather than that, let us take an instrument we can find easily. Let's go with the for example, any instrument will do. Okay, Euro USD, I have found it after overlooking it for multiple times. Okay, the job done. Euro USD, here it is. The default instrument has been set at set for Euro USD. Then comes the question of the time period for the candle. And if you want to work with the lower time frames, then the time periods like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hourly, or even hourly are good enough. But if you want to work with the longer time horizon, then 4 hourly or daily will be much better as the period for the candlestick. So here we change this MFI time period to 4 hours. For today's session, we will be working with the 4 hours time frame. Shift is the look back period. Whether you want to take into account the current data or the historical data, the retrievation of the value for any particular period of time can be done using this parameter. So you have to change these values accordingly. If you want to go back in time by 4 candles of 4 hours each, then all you have to do is write 4 instead of 0, and you will have the output value of this indicator for that period of time, and then you can do the comparison. For example, we will change it to say 2. When we change it to 2, we get the output value 2 4 hourly candlesticks period back, and we can then do the comparison. Time period, the default value, that is the number of candles which we will be taking into consideration for calculation of the MFI, are going to be 14, and we can always change this. We can make it 21, we can make it 20, we can make it 30, or we can make it 10. So this parameter is always up to us, and I will explain to you by making changes. So here time period can be edited. For example, if I make it 10, please pay attention to the plotting at the bottom of the chart, and the plotting changes depending on the time period. So here now this is a lot different. If we make it 30, it will be again a lot different. If we make it 40, as you can see, the parameter causes a lot of difference, and we have to be mindful, and we have to take these decision as per our requirement after looking at this charting how the indicator behaves to this price action of the underlying instrument. We will be able to arrive at the possible combination which will be more profitable us for us. So here, after these four input parameters are defined, we get the output value. The money flow index, we get this single output, and we can utilize this output value to design the setup which will be taking the decisions. And as I have said, when the MFI values are rising, we consider it to be generally bullish, and when the MFI values are declining, we consider it to be bearish. But it's not that easy. Many times we will see that the values are not really going anywhere. They are simply for 1 hour it is going up, for another hour it is going down. So such instances can also be arising in trading. So we have to be mindful, and we have to choose these setup wisely, and we will be better served if we also utilize some other indicators or additional parameters and then use these particular indicator to trade in conjunction with other indicators, and we will also stand a better opportunity or better probability of ending up in profit. So that's it from my side for today's session of Visual JForex. Any of you, if you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in comment section. And I think I kind of missed out on explaining these settings. These are fairly easy to understand. The upper side, there will be slight difference depending on the upper side, and also the applied price, which candlestick price you want to take into consideration while calculating the MFI, also has a impact on the output value. So you should pay attention to these aspects as well. So that's it from my side. Have a fabulous day ahead. Goodbye.